I want you to really imagine that you live in this world. In this world, you just pulled in your driveway, and you're exhausted, physically drained, because the only jobs that exist now are manual labor jobs. Every job that could have been automated has been. But it's been like that for a while, so you suck it up and keep pushing forward. Now, as you're walking to get to your door, you see your neighbor, and he's wearing the exact same outfit as you. But it's normal. Creative expression, fashion, style, it's a thing of the past. But who cares? You finally made it through the door, and it's time to unwind. So, go ahead and you take a seat. And you take off the last bit of focus that you had, and you pick up the magic box. And you tune into tonight's newest AI feature from Google VEO Studios. No cast, no crew, no humans. Just prompts. Now, does this sound like a future that you want to live in? Because I don't. But I'm scared that we might be on our way there already. So as you've probably seen, Google VEO 3 has made some pretty crazy advances when it comes to AI generated video. You've got AI generated voices that's able to be synced with the AI generated video. Beforehand, you kind of got incoherent visuals that kind of look like people. The hands were all messed up. They would talk, but there's no sound coming out. Somebody could maybe voice over it, but it just wasn't anything to really hold on to yet unless you just needed some quick 2-second visual. The real magic was within the AI generated images. But now with VEO 3, you've got actual voice synced to the footage, and it's pretty convincing, especially if you saw the viral clip of the street interview that was generated purely AI.
If you were any animal right now, what would you be and why? Not quick.
A sloth, but like a party sloth.
And the post that's been coming out of their main display of their videos, it's kind of ridiculous, kind of scary. I really do genuinely mean it when I say it's cool. Like, it's super cool that we've gotten to the point where we're able to take text and process it through whatever learning software and have it generate footage, legitimate frame-by-frame footage with voice. That's ridiculous. You bring this concept up to people 20 years ago, they might, I was gonna say burn you on the stake, but 20 years ago, I was still alive. It's not that type of, but still, 20 years ago, that would sound ridiculous. You might be called crazy and you think you're gonna live in a world with flying cars, but that's really reality. But as cool as it is, I got my problems with it. And I think you should too. And I think there's like a very simple statement that kind of encapsulates why you should have a problem with it. And it's as simple as ease is not the enemy, but the loss of effort is. And I'm gonna break that down more, but I want to tell you something that happened recently. I went to go start a new website for a business I'm starting. I'm rebranding my photo and video business. And I wanted to use Squarespace. Squarespace also has this feature where you put information about your business into the website, and it's AI software builds a website based off of what you said. And it's kind of cool, kind of convenient, but it never really turns out exactly how I want. At least it didn't for Wix. So I gave Squarespace a chance. And when I did it, it came out and spat out a whole bunch of text and put the website together in a way that made sense. But something that was interesting was I looked at the photos. Tell me why they were AI generated photos. What happened to stock photos? Did we run out of stock photos? Did we lose licenses for them? Like what happened? I know there's plenty of photographers still making stock photography, and Squarespace has a whole catalog of it. So why did it initially go for AI generated images? That just doesn't make sense to me. Especially when you have real artists out there that created the art for you already. So that's kind of the thing that really sent me down this spiral. Because where's that human touch? Sure, it took me a little bit of effort to put the prompt in, but now I'm letting the computer dictate everything from the copy that I use, from the style, from the literal false photography that's on the website. And it's kind of just normal now, which doesn't make sense to me. Why is that acceptable? Why is that normal? There was a big hurrah when AI generated images started to get real popular, and artists were like, hey, well, don't stop commissioning real artists because AI generated images exist, because a lot of them steal from artists to make those images. And where's the humanity in using AI to create art when there's real artists who make real art? And there's a lot of people who are going to propose that AI art is real art. And maybe to an extent, but where's the value in human art? And you may say, oh, well, there's a human putting in the prompt, so I don't see the issue. Then you may not know the real power behind creativity. The power behind creativity is literally what makes us human. And it's the effort that goes into being creative. For example, it took me time and effort to set up this. I can look at it in the monitor and be happy with it. I made sure the lighting was soft. I made sure I had some type of practical lighting in here, and I motivated light off the practical lighting, and it's part of the creative process. I got frustrated trying to figure out what lens to use because I wanted to use the anamorphic lens like I did with the last video I recorded, but the autofocus wasn't gonna work right because there is no autofocus on an anamorphic lens. And I was like, do I really want to have to deal with the struggle of dealing with no autofocus right now? And then also, I want to be able to get the right framing without having to push the camera already up back against my desk, and just all the little bits of frustrations. Isn't that the point? That's what we do this for. That's what I do this for. I don't do it just for the final product. It's like when you play a video game. You play the video game, you start putting cheat codes in, and you get the final gear that you would get at the end of the game if you work towards it. Now the game's not as fun. There's a reason for that. Our humanity isn't within what we achieve. It's within the conviction we have to achieve said thing. I mean, think about it. Think about what that conviction has gotten for us. Conviction is what got us to the moon. Conviction is what got us cell phones. Conviction is what got us television. Conviction is what got us the Avengers, the first one. Conviction, it's something that should fire you up. That conviction is what drives us day to day. That conviction is the main thing that separates us from every other animal out there. What else makes us human? Our blood, rabbits have that. Our critical thinking skills, dolphins have that. They don't have the same grit conviction to get the job done like we do, especially when it's a creative job. They just don't go through the same levels of work that we do. And that's the point. Like, imagine a prompt-only commercial. You have a director, if you can even call him that, sitting at a desk, typing in a prompt in a text box, waiting for the computer to spit out its interpretation of that. And that's it. Versus a cast, a crew, finding a DP, finding writers, finding actors, finding extras, getting a key and grip, getting all that, putting the work in, finding location, spending the money, dealing with the director and the DP having differing ideas on what the angle should be and what portrays a certain feeling better, and in wardrobe struggling to find the right whatever color for the actress. And sure, the prompt only commercial sounds easier, and oh, it costs so much less, and that probably sounds great to businesses, but when did that become the point? Since when was saving money the goal of art? I don't think it ever was. When you have something that spits out that instant gratification like that, you just lose so many key parts to the human experience. And I think that's my main issue with Google VEO3. It's also scary when you think about it. Businesses might literally do exactly what I said and generate full commercials from those prompts and stop hiring DPs. Stop hiring directors. My goal is to eventually become a commercial cinematographer. My step before that is I'm gonna make visual content for small businesses. If businesses decide that that's what they wanna do, I have no job within that. So that's scary too. But honestly, I don't care about that as much. If I really want job security, there's always gonna be manual labor jobs. I'm a jet engine mechanic by trade. I'll always be able to work with my hands. But I care about just the loss of creativity and the conviction behind it and the loss of human effort, because I think creative effort is the most important part of human nature. Point blank period. For example, the scene I put in the beginning of this video, written, shot listed, filmed, acted in, and edited, all by me. Could Google VEO have done that same thing? Probably. Would it have been easier? Probably. Would it have even maybe looked as good or better than what I did? Probably. But where's my ownership? That wasn't mine. I didn't sweat outside to go make it happen. I didn't spend so much time figuring out what the right angle was, where to land properly, redoing the shots because the focus was off. Where is my touch? I mean, sure, I typed it into the prompt, but where's the work that I put in to make it happen? It's as simple as that. So I say all this to say, I'm not anti-AI. I use ChatGPT regularly, like every day. It's probably one of the most opened apps on my phone, right behind YouTube and Instagram. I'm not anti-AI, but I am anti-replacing artists. I just don't think it's right. And I think we're gonna lose touch with humanities, and we're gonna become a husk of who we once were. The cavemen that were creative enough to make cave paintings, famous artists like Da Vinci, the whole point behind everything they did will have eventually been lost if we keep going down the path that we're going today. And I know it sounds like a dystopian far from now future, But honestly, I don't think it's that far from now. Like, think about it like this. We have people who will use ChatGPT to generate prompts and ideas, and then take that idea, put it back into ChatGPT, break it down into a concept, put that back into ChatGPT, get AI generated scripts, get AI generated shot lists. So we're pretty much already halfway down the path, and Google VEO 3 is almost putting a gate behind us, stopping us from going back. I just don't want to live in a world like that, and hopefully you don't either. So I propose that we put some limitations on it. Not that people just can't use Google VEO 3 for whatever they want, but maybe let us know when it is Google VEO 3. For example, when you're on YouTube, you can't have an ad in the video without saying it's an ad. So maybe, like TikTok does, you can't have AI generated content in the video without saying this is AI generated content. Watermark, hashtag, something simple. And I haven't even gotten into the whole what could be dangerous when it comes to politicians and the legal world. Oh, the harm that can be brought to the older generation. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm terrified. Like I couldn't imagine having to explain to my grandmother that Vladimir Putin didn't actually just get on a Zoom call with the president and threaten to nuke us to death. I couldn't imagine having to explain that and then not be believed because it just looks so real. So many things potentially wrong with it, but I don't know, man. I guess my closing thoughts are, don't lose touch with yourself. Don't always take the easy way out. Don't always go for the tools that replace your art and replace your human touch, because that's valuable. It's the reason we're here today. The conviction behind creating your art is the reason we are here today. And I want you to really understand that and just think about that. And maybe I'm just some grumpy old man yelling at the clouds like, aren't you AI? Maybe, but I don't think I am. If you think I am, let me know why in the comments. But if you are on my side, what do you think the future steps are? What do you think we should do to prevent this? How do we move forward? And how fast do you think we're gonna get to this dystopian future? Let me know in the comments. That's everything I had to say. Appreciate you watching. If you enjoyed the video, I know the video is a little bit different than what I used to post, but if you enjoyed the video, subscribe, like, comment that you like the video. I don't know. I'm gonna be figuring this content thing out. I wanna come back. At this point, if you're here, you just wanna keep hearing me talk, so I'm gonna yap a little bit. My plans moving forward, I might cut this out because I want to talk about it more in a different video, but I'm gonna give it like a general synopsis. My plan moving forward, I want to use this channel for more like structured content like this, put a little bit of effort into how it looks, put a little bit of effort into some talking points so I'm not just rambling on this channel. But then my second channel, which you may or may not follow, is IOY Live, and that's gonna be one where I live stream maybe, or I post clips from live streams or VODs from the live stream and things like that, because I'm gonna start live streaming again on Twitch at IOY if you want to follow me. I think I might do dual platform streaming, because why not? But yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna put my socials somewhere. If you want to see more of me, you know what to do. And peace.